Hello everyone, this is MJPW with another Toy Story 5 item that has recently come out. These just hit the shelves, and this is a remote control bullseye. It's something that I didn't think would be a thing. You know, when you think RC for or remote control anything in regards to Toy Story, I'm sure you would think of, RC from, the first or second movie. And a little bit into the fourth one. I miss RC. There's a lot of those old characters I miss. But anyway, so remote control bullseye. This kind of crossed my radar, and I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. It is called officially Giddy-Up Bullseye. Down here at the bottom, of course, it's by Mattel. They are the main manufacturers for the toys that come out for Toy Story 5. And I should probably do a correction. If you would like to, I did a video that you can watch of the brand new, the big spanking, the big item for Toy Story 5, which is the Ultimate Action Buzz and Woody. You can watch that video if you would like. But in that video, I talked about how Thinkway was the previous main people for the Toy Story toy line for most of the movies, for 1 through 4. I guess I should do a little bit of correction, because there was a lot between the two of Mattel and Thinkway. Was I saying Thinkway? I hope I was saying Thinkway. I might have said something else. I'll have to correct that if I didn't. But yeah, Thinkway and Mattel are the primary people from all of the Toy Story toys. I say that, and then the next video I'm going to be like, oh, there was another one. But yeah, for the most part, the ones that I liked the most was from Thinkway. But don't get me wrong, I had the majority of the lines of Mattel's dolls, toys, everything as well. And they had great products back in the day as well. I just wish the same kind of quality from when I was a child was still, apparent nowadays with everything that was released. Not just the big $90 items. Even though there's still things that could be fixed with that. Anyway, so I'm rambling a little bit. I apologize, but, that's what you get here on the MJPW channel. There's not a lot of opportunities other than right now when I can talk about Toy Story. What are we going to talk about? We're going to have the same conversation when Toy Story 6 comes out. Guarantee it. They already said that there might be 2 more. Okay, so Bullseye RC. You can, obviously there is a remote control. Does not come with batteries, so I can't, there's nothing I can show you at this moment. Obviously, I have batteries. My mom came in clutch about that. Did not even think about it. I had to do like a delivery order to get him here. But so Bullseye, he can also dance. He can walk. He can dance and walk. You may have seen this little thing sticking up. This is so you can get a character and you can stick them onto there and have them ride. I will say, this is a much larger Diet Coke for scale. This is a much larger thing than what I was anticipating. I was expecting Bullseye to be a lot smaller for some reason. But no, Bullseye is a big old bullseye. And I love the packaging. It gives me the vibes from back in Toy Story 2 or the And Beyond waves. So yeah, you can put your characters on there. Does it say what size? So I do know that there's a new set of figurines. Obviously, there's interactable of the figurines, and then there's like a 12-inch sized figurines, and then there's like the $10 figurines. So, and those are a little bit smaller than the 12-inch. I don't know how tall they are, but so I don't know which is actually this is meant for. If it's meant for the 12-inch ones, I think those run for like 20 or 20 something each. So you can see that Jessie, and if it's to that scale, I'd imagine it would have to be a larger Jessie that would go onto it. It doesn't specify. There's no kind of like specifications on it. If you're curious beforehand what kind of batteries it takes though, just because we had to kind of read the fine print, Bullseye requires 4 double A's, and the remote requires 2 triple A's. But yeah, if you're wondering how this works, as far as I know, I think the legs are like stiff and it just kind of like, you know, kind of wobbles on. There is parts that, so there's parts that's the hard plastic, and then there's parts that's like a rubbery, like soft material. Like this is flexible. These are up here, flexible as his ears are as well. These are as well, and his tail is as well. I think this is already a pretty good Bullseye. Even not being remote control, I think is still, like if you just had this Bullseye on your shelf with the other ones, yeah, I think this one's pretty good. But yeah, what do you say we go ahead and get Bullseye open? I'll throw the batteries in there and we'll take a look at how he works. Alright, so I got Bullseye out of his packaging and I got all the batteries in. If you're curious which way the controller is supposed to be held, I guess it's this way, because you can see the right way that Bullseye is looking at you. This doesn't have an off switch. Also, it's got that Mattel holding, the package holding holes. If you know, you know. And on Bullseye, he has the on switch underneath the body. You can see probably a little bit more how it works beforehand. It looks like the body is just gonna kind of do like that too, on top of the legs moving. So I guess we'll turn him on in just a second. That filler hole got put in wrong. That's to hide the screws. But I mean, overall, great detail for Bullseye. There is no name underneath the feet, which I don't know if they ever talked about that or not in Toy Story 4, I guess it would be. Like, you know, Andy was enough characters to fill the bottom, A-N-D-Y. But how would you fit Bonnie? I don't know if they've ever shown that or not. Alright, so we're gonna turn him on. I wish I had a figurine to go on to there, but I don't, unfortunately. Alright, so... it's kind of loud. That's funny. See if I can... It's so loud, I'm trying to hear the song, whatever it's playing. What's the right way I can do this? That's not gonna work. So there's like 2 Western songs that's playing, and then there's some kind of rock sounding, poppy sound. I guess that's Western sound too, but maybe just poppy, country sounding. So this is going forward. Going back. Not going totally back, he's going more. Why does he like whine? So when changing directions, he's still kind of going forward. So I guess you can hold it for as long as you want, and I guess it just loops. So as far as like articulation, things like that, if you care, I mean, I don't think that you can really forcefully bend a whole lot of things, because even when he's moving, his legs aren't, you know, moving a whole lot because they got to keep steady. But other movement, his body is kind of like, you know, doing like that. Like one is going one way, the other is going the other way. Kind of like that doing, if that makes sense. The head is also turning a little bit as he's walking. You can see how the legs are going. Trying to get him to turn around. Okay. Yeah, it's a little hard to, you know, get him to back out and turn around, but, you know, regardless, pretty cool. I mean, yeah. What else can I say there? I think that's just so funny that they added that. Yeah. I mean, going forward's not a problem. I do find it weird that he's got like a whining sound, but I don't know. Maybe they should have just had more stock horse sounds. That could have been plenty for Bullseye, because that's been the majority of his sounds. I love how they have like texturing and stuff like that on like the ears. There's not really any texture like on these, but I like how they're like rubbery and flexible, of course, with the ears as well. I like how that's kind of rubbery and flexible. I'm sure that'll make it to where the character's flopping all around there. I wish I knew which size to tell you for the characters. I assume this is going to be for the larger characters, because I think in the movies the characters' heights are roughly around there as far as his stature. Whether or not for sure that it's meant specifically for the ones that's to his scale, I don't know. It could also not be. It could just be meant for, he's going to be really large and you're supposed to just use like those $10 figurines, which are going to be a lot smaller and not to his scale, and they would obviously be a little bit shorter than him as well. I don't know. Maybe you guys can let me know down in the comments if you happen to know on that. This does look like it's just really loose. Oh yeah, I think it's literally held in there by this part. I think it goes down and goes down right there, and it's like screwed in right here at the top where you can see a little hump. Like I said, his tail is a little bit flexible as well. Yeah, I think it's pretty good detail. Like I said, this is a pretty good Bullseye to have up on your shelf, or, you know, I'm sure there's going to be kids that like to have this one. Pretty fun. I think it's neat. And it's got a little bit more detail than I expected, honestly. Even the mouth is detailed. He's got teeth. But, yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Guess we'll, okay. Yeah, alright. But I'm going to have a lot more Toy Story 5 items on the way. There's going to be videos popping up as soon as I get them. I do have 2 other items for sure on the way this week, and I think another next week. So stay tuned for those, and even then, I will probably have more after that. So be sure to stick around, and if you haven't, like I said, go check out that video of the Buzz and Woody Ultimate Action. I put a lot of editing in that just to make sure it looked right, and we had a little bit of fun. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. All right, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next time, and goodbye.